is going to be the DAFA movement. DAFA, descendants of African freedmen in America. Remember, Loom, after freedom came, we were known as what? Freedmen. So we're fighting as descendants of African, not no American. You ain't never putting that in no title, no organization of mine. Descendants of African freedmen in America.
I like that. Do you think you're going to get pushback for even launching that?
It don't matter. I'm stronger than both of them groups put together.
What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. So I hear Umar Johnson has come up with another name to battle against FBA. I see he's on his Chitlin circuit now, trying to, get the next, his next thing going, right? And people like Umar Johnson, roving preachers, the reason why they're successful in a certain aspect is because they do speak a lot of truth, right? They say a lot of things that's correct, a lot of things people can resonate with. But then while people are resonating, that's when they make their move, right? And so now you got Umar Johnson, who is, he was asked a question about ADOS and FBA, and he answered it. And nothing he said about ADOS and FBA is incorrect, right? Of course, that's an easy question to answer for him. I mean, they're xenophobic hate groups. That's what they are, right? Filled with uneducated people who just now found their pride when Tariq Nasheed came up with the term FBA, right? People who are so uneducated, they still think Jesse Jackson is the one who invented the word African American, even though he didn't. And it would take less than 2 minutes of research to find that out. But these people that we're dealing with, the uneducated class, it's like talking to a brick wall, these people, right? Now, as an African American, and many African Americans, more African Americans than FBA have been saying online, is that we do not accept this FBA term, right? We don't accept it. And when you hear FBA talk, they be like, you guys playing stupid. You guys know it's a lineage. Like, no. You uneducated individuals don't get to define what a lineage is when a lineage is already defined. We know what a lineage is. You don't get to blanket 45 million African Americans because you like a little acronym that one of your favorite YouTubers or social media profile people come up with. Just because you guys continue to say it doesn't mean it's true. There's a lot of people who say the earth's flat. They'll say it with their chest. Doesn't mean it's true. So you saying FBA is a lineage, it's just like saying the earth is flat. You can say it. You can say it with your chest. You can say it as hard and confident as you want. You can make it seem like everybody else is playing with your intelligence when they tell you that the earth is not flat and that FBA is not a lineage. And you can sit there and act stupid and act like, that you don't know what the hell we're talking about. African Americans, the 99% of us, first of all, have never even heard of FBA or Tariq Nasheed, right? More people have heard of FBA than Tariq Nasheed, right? And a lot of people calling themselves FBA are calling themselves FBA because they don't know what FBA is about and they don't know who Tariq Nasheed is. It's just something that sounds cool enough, right? Sounds better than ADOS, I gotta admit, right? But all in all, it's a club. It's a group. It's an online fan club of Tariq Nasheed's, right? And of course, Tariq Nasheed, just like the charlatan grifter he is, he always keeps one foot out the door so he can abandon FBA whenever it becomes convenient for him, which he's trying to do now, right? Even though you have him out of his mouth saying that he trademarked the term, all right, in order for him to make profit. You can't trademark a lineage. All right. And I've heard him say you can trademark lineage, but he knows he's talking to uneducated people. So he knows they're never going to look that shit up. Right. So now you got the Umar Johnson. Keep in mind, Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson are cut from the same cloth. They both start off in the same grift. They both used to work together in the same grift, but both their egos are too big for them to be in the same room. Right. So now Umar wants to start this new name. Right. Now, first of all, let's just say he's not the Prince of Pan-Africanism, all right? He's self-proclaimed, but he's not, right? He's not the King Kong of consciousness. He hasn't proven anything. yet at all. He says he has this school, and the only thing people care about, because of all the emphasis he put on, is the school. We don't want to hear you talking about making no new group. I don't hear about that crap. Where's the school? We don't want to hear about you arguing about FBA. Umar Johnson is smart enough to know that FBA, a lot of people who call themselves FBA cannot be helped. Them the Negroes that will be left behind. And it's okay. Let them delineate. Once they figure out how to do that, let them go ahead and do that. But now, I guess he figured, well, damn, if Tariq can do it, I can make my own little name up, right? I'm just wondering how many uneducated Pan-African enthusiasts is going to jump on this. Is anybody going to jump on his new name? I don't think it is. I think his credibility has ruined his ability to create a group. I think right now, no one wants to hear anything Umar has to say until that school, like you have to complete that mission. That's your main mission. Until you can prove that you can do this thing, nobody cares about anything else he says. And if you're a Pan-African, you know we don't need no other names. Unless you're going to trademark that name. What was it? Some whatever. I'm tired of saying all these African-esque names. I'm African. Right? And no white man came up with the word African. See, it's too many people who are so uneducated. They're using uneducated, debunked mis and disinformation as a foundation for their facts and their worldview. Sad, right? So I'm an African. African is an African name. The Roman guide Africanus named himself that after defeating the Africans. That's why he put that title on him, because he defeated the Africans. That's how, if you know anything about how names work, names had meaning. You know, may not have no meaning now, but they had meaning back then, right? So I'm an African. And if I need to identify with myself, all I'm going to do is use the data available to me, the information available to me, find out who all my peoples are, and I'm going to pick one of those. I don't need to make up a new name. I know who I am. It's crazy. We got all these black folks running around trying to be everything else but African. You're trying to be everything else but what you are. You are a black African. A foundational, by all definition, all right, black African. That's what you are. That just so happens the acronym is FBA, right? That's why I like to say it out. Foundational Black American, make believe, right? Because only foundational people to America are Native Americans. Foundational Black Africans, which is the highest rank you can possibly be on human scale. You can't get no higher than that. Can't get no. That's like a black belt with like 15 red stripes on it. You know, a black African. You can't get no more ancient. Can't get no more exotic. You can't get no more special than that at all, right? And I don't need any more names. All right, now we can roll with the Moors, because Moors mean black. Moors and African and black mean the same thing. I can roll with that. I understand that. You know, people call us Moors. The Ethiopians, you can call us Ethiopians. That just means black. That just means African, right? So Ethiopian, black, Moor, African American, call me any of those things, because those are factual, based in facts, based on realism, based in simplicity. I don't need salon. What is that? Huh? Salon. Another layer upon another layer of what somebody done called you. You see, by calling myself African, those are African names from my homeland. All right. I don't got no Arabic name like Tariq. Right. I don't got to change my name. I don't got to do nothing. I'm African. I'm an African. That simple. I'm not a super special, Powerpuff, VR trooper, type of motherfucker. No, I'm just an African. All right. We don't need no more goddamn names. We don't need no names. I don't think this Umar Johnson thing is going to go. I don't think he's going to push it enough. But if he does push it, I'm not going to get in the way of it, because at least the people who will call themselves that kind of view, they're more on the they're still following Umar, then they're gullible Pan-African people, gullible to be following them, but all in all, at least they're on my side of the field. So have at it. Shit. If FBA can steal that shit from Jeff Bezos, and I can steal that shit from FBA, and shit, I guess Umar can come up with his own shit. What's next? You know, academic gonna come up with his own. Everybody just gonna start coming up with their own little new clans and shit. These new little tribes and shit. Shit, I'm waiting for the damn continental Africans to jump on board. They're gonna start creating new tribes, futuristic tribes and shit. And they don't even get along with the goddamn one next to them and shit. They about to make some new shit. How does that sound? Keep fracturing yourself and wonder why you can't get shit done, why no one takes you seriously, why you and your group, you know, don't have the economic or social power to push any legislation forward, because you keep making yourself weak, small, and ineffective. That's just the truth. It's a numbers game out here, all right? And if you're a Pan-African, your gang is bigger. If you're a Pan-African, you actually doing things in the real world. If you're a Pan-African, you got institutions, you got heads of state, you got non-governmental organizations, you got legislation being passed on a global scale, right? You got multi-billion-dollar corporations in coordination with Pan-African nations. That's what Pan-African is doing. FBA, they ain't doing nothing but talking shit about African people on the internet and waiting for the racist white man to cut them a check they ain't never gonna get. That's it. That's all the energy they got. And then you got freaking Prince of Pan Scamism trying to find a new grift. I'm waiting to see what the excuse is when this school don't open up. I mean, he should have had that inspection already, right? Where the videos at for that? You know, where the videos for that inspection you're supposed to have last week? Where the school at? How you gonna fund that school? How much it costs for the kids to go to that school? See, everybody, y'all playing, man. And the thing is, these grifters, and these some old grifters too, man. Y'all like really hanging on to these old, you know, freaking buy my CD in the parking lot grifters. All of them. Tariq, Umar, these are the same 90s grifters. Pimp class, roving preacher class. The only thing they ain't got to do is rent the hall in the hotel no more. They just go online, open up a YouTube channel, and put their super chat up there. All these people used to gather together, and they used to go to a hotel and rent out a hall for $400, and they get people paid $10 to come in and pack their house, talk their pseudo crap, talk their real stuff mixed with pseudo crap, and just say whatever, and they make bank. Now they just go online and do it. Trash. It's trash, man. It's. At what point do we just start blaming ourselves, the viewer? We're the one who put batteries in the back of all these grifters. We the one who give them recognition. We give them a pedestal to stand on, to overlord on us. And you notice all of them talk shit about their subscribers. They talk down upon the people that's supposed to support them because they're all narcissists. They're narcissists. They got their little worship club, right, that will follow them and that will repeat every word that they say, but they're not the leader of that. They're not the leader, though. Will repeat every word, every new sentence that come out their mouth. Here comes their army repeating the same shit for a week or two until he say some new shit. Then they repeat that shit. Then they make duplicate channels where they talk about what it is that he doing all day long. But he ain't the leader, though. He's your inspiration. At least, bare minimum. But yeah, all these, it's just tiring. It's like, what y'all gonna do? Y'all doing all this jibber jabbing. What y'all gonna do? What's FBA gonna do? Besides talking shit while your leader tries to throw you on the bus. And when he go to a Pan-African panel and talk to real Pan-Africans, he get destroyed. He can't stay because he can't handle real questions. And when Umar Johnson, have you ever seen Umar Johnson with any boys talking to them ever? He's supposed to be for the boys. Have you ever seen him talking to any boys? Think about that shit. Where are all the young men in their 20s talking about Umar Johnson changed my life? Umar Johnson counseled me or came to my house and did to change my... Where's the people that these people say they help? Where are these people? They just be making shit up. Y'all just keep on watching. Because the real people out here giving y'all real information that's telling y'all the truth and leading y'all down the right path, I guess they're not entertaining enough for you people. They can't keep your attention. Since your attention is shorter than 30 seconds, if they're not saying something that's going to percolate your freaking endorphins, you move on to the next guy. And as long as they can percolate your endorphins, you don't care what they're saying. You're going to roll with it anyway. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway, I ain't got nothing. It's ridiculous. So his little name, I just want to see if somebody going to start calling themselves that shit. I want to see how far it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think he just said it. It's a lane he should have took that lane a long time ago. I think it's a little bit late for that. Because we all having these goddamn black grifter fatigue with these new fucking names and shit. It's like, I'm just black from Africa. That's what I am. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.